Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard, and today we're out here at NGU to check out the last disc in Goliath discs lineup. This one being the Rapture. This disc is basically supposed to be their answer to Innova's Destroyer, Discraft's Zeus, any reliable, overstable distance driver that comes to your mind when you think of that. They are very interesting. Let me show you the side profile because they're very flat. This isn't a very domey disc, which is pretty interesting because a lot of times when you have an overstable domey disc, it's going to want to push forward and fade at the same time. But with something like this, it's a lot flatter. It's just going to get to the ground very fast. So I really like this thing for forehands and just like those reliable overstable shots where like either I need to flex it or just something where I want to throw it flat, just have it finish left. These red ones are supposed to be some of the straighter ones, and I've got this orange one that they say are supposed to be the more stable ones. I haven't really noticed a big difference between the two when it comes to overstability, but I will say this one does feel a little bit deeper in the hand, so it feels a little bit better in my backhand grip, whereas this one just feels a little bit more shallow, so I like it a lot more in my forehand. But if you're interested in checking these out, got the link to the Goliath down in the description. Please go check them out. If you use my code BenHoward10, they'll get you 10% off your order. But let's go and get in the video. All right, guys, so we're on hole one. This one's a par 3, about 237 feet. Basket's just dead straight ahead. Biggest thing to pay attention to is this concrete off to the left is out of bounds. Typically, I would take like a straight putter slash mid-range, just throw it straight at the basket, but these aren't straight. So what I'm going to try and do is something I really haven't done is go hyzer out the right, just between these two trees right next to the tee pad, and just see if I can get it to spike in the hill right next to the basket. Hit the gap, I swing. Okay, I'm pin high, about 30 feet to the right, so I have like a low ceiling putt. Okay, so not quite pin high, but really close. Just well within the circle, so let's go and make it. Ah, almost. Don't roll out. Okay, good. Ooh, a little high, but we're good. All right, guys, so we're on hole 2. This one's a par 3, about 280 feet. Basket's just straight ahead on top of this hill. What I'm going to try and do is just take forehand, push it straight down the side of this hill, just have it fade into the side of the hill. Hopefully skip up the hill a little bit, or just stick in the side of it and give me an easy putt. Trying to decide if I need to flex this a little bit or just throw it flat. I'm going to try it flat and just see if that works. It should give me the distance I need out of it. Oh, I flexed it. Skip. Well, y'all probably can see any of that, but it actually got down to an angle. It kind of skipped forward. So I'm probably about pin high, but like 45, 50 feet left of the basket. Oh, crap. I pulled the snot out of that. Dadgummit. I hate pulling putts. Get there. Ah, oh, no roll. Thank you. All right, guys, so we're on hole 3. This one's a par 3, 290 feet, just straight ahead on the other side of this hill. Really, what I'm going to be trying to do is just throw a hyzer at this bush or just the right side of that bush. Just get a fade off of it towards the basket. Biggest thing, you don't really want to go too far left, because if you end up over there, you can end up being pinched off and not really have a putt towards the basket. So just got to be careful about going too far left. Oh my gosh, I just did it too. Get down. Yep, I'm going to be too far left. Okay, so I actually got in here far enough to where I have like a little turnover putt. Just got to get through the gap and give it height. Oh, hold it. Oh, man. Had a good height on it, just didn't hold the turn. All right, guys, so we're on hole 4. This one's a par 3, about 250 feet. Yeah, 243 feet. Basically, what we're trying to do is to pick a gap, go through that gap with the basket being tucked off to the left. So what I'm going to try and do is just throw this flat at the telephone poles, try and get it to fade over this like brush pile or whatever this is you can see straight in front of us. If I can get it to fade over top of those and give me a good amount of carry left, should be up there for a putt. Oh, I kind of cut the corner a little more than I meant to, but that actually might be really good. So that actually kind of pushed forward and faded at the same time that time, so should have a putt. I've been missing there lately, just off to the right side just a little bit. All right, guys, so we're on hole 5. This one's a par 3, 270 feet. Basket straight ahead on a little island. If I don't cross on the island, got to go over to this drop zone off to the right. It's about like a 150-foot approach shot, but I'm just going to take this, throw it hard out to the right on a little bit of hyzer, just trying to get the swing in, hopefully spike in next to the basket. It came out flatter than I meant for it to be, but yeah, I saw wood chips. Looks like we got like a 20-footer. Go. All right, guys, we're on hole 6. This one's a par 4, 618 feet. Basically, off the tee, you've got to go between these two buildings up here with marking a double mando. Once we go through there, we've got about 300 feet to the basket, which is way over here along this line of like cedar trees you can see. So I'm just going to try to throw a backhand hyzer, set myself up with the gap, and then see if I can go through the gap for my second shot and get up there for a birdie. Uh-oh. Well, I didn't mean to go over him like that. Oh. I don't know if that counts as missing the mando or not. Yeah, so I definitely missed the mando. Doesn't really say if there is a drop zone or anything, so I'm just gonna say it's right here between these two buildings. I actually ended up landing in a good spot right here between the buildings, but I don't know if you can actually see the basket from right there or not, but just got a little hyzer left. Nothing too crazy. I think it's like right over 300 feet. Should be fine. Just like that. That'll work. All right, guys, we're on hole 7. This one's a par 3, 270 feet. Yeah, 270 feet just straight ahead. Tucked in the tree line just a little bit, so got to throw something that'll kind of penetrate into the wood line if I want to get down there for an easy putt. But I think I'm going to try something I haven't really tried before on this one too. I'm going to go high out to the right on some hyzer and see if I can kind of finish back in over the basket, hit some of the trees above it, and just drop down into it. Just got to be careful, because if I throw it and get stuck out to the too far right, I can end up with some really bad stuff. So got to give us a good amount of height. Just get it there. Maybe get there. Well, okay. I didn't throw it hard enough to actually get it over the trees I was talking about, but I didn't hit anything, and I think I've got like a 15-footer, so works for me. Okay, so I was right about being 15 feet part, but didn't realize I was gonna have like 20 trees in my way. But let's see. Oh, that would be sick. Dang. All right, guys, so for hole 8, this one's a par 3, 450 feet. Basically, we're going straight for probably about 350 feet, and then the fairway dog legs left into the wood line. where the basket's tucked up in there. Really just trying to throw some shot out to the right. If you can get it to finish left into the gap, it's great. But obviously it's pretty narrow gap, so hitting that gap consistently is pretty difficult. But I'm gonna throw both the red and the orange one here just to see if there actually are any differences between the two that I can at least notice. But I'm gonna go with the orange one as my main play. I came out on hyzer. Dang it. Wow, I got really far left. That's probably gonna be short of the gap, so I'm gonna have to like scramble out in order to get a par. But all right, let's see what the red can do. That's much better. That should be in the gap. Oh yeah, that got way down there. Okay, so I kind of got lucky in the fact that the orange one didn't penetrate too far into the wood line, but also not really too lucky because I've still got a long way to go to try and save my par. I think I'm just gonna have to try and just go straight through this stuff you can see in front of me. Oh, I did it. Okay, so I have like a 40 footer maybe. Nice. Get there. Ah, man. Can't get my putts there today. All right, guys, we're on hole 9, final hole of the video. This one's a par 3, about 380 feet, just dead straight ahead. Going slightly uphill, so this one plays closer to 400. And we've got a running track off to the right that's out of bounds. So really just going to try and take these, put them on some anhyzer, give them some height, try and see if I can get them flex out and get all the way up there. I'm going to throw both of them again just to kind of compare them again. We'll see how it goes, but I'll still go with the orange one as my main play. Oh, I held that nice. Yeah, that's at the, maybe not the base of the hill, but that's maybe like a 40-foot putt. Let this guy go, and I'll give the red one a chunk. Yeah, not as much anhyzer. Yeah, it went probably about 350 feet on that line. Okay, so I'm not quite as close as I was thinking I was off the tee, but we've still got a nice runnable putt with a nice backstop, so let's go ahead and make it. Come on, let's go. Woo. There we go. All right, guys, I finished up a round out here with the Rapture. I'm really looking forward to getting to use this some more, just because I don't like a lot of overstable distance drivers in both forehand and backhand, but this is one of the rare exceptions where it feels really good in forehand, really good in backhand, and I can get a lot of use out of both, even though it's fairly overstable. You can see I'm getting some really good distances out of these when I'm hitting them hard. Really looking forward to seeing how these beat in, especially because I've heard from some of the bigger players on Goliath, they can actually get some turn out of these, and these things will bomb. So hopefully I can work some of these in to get them to where they'll actually kind of either give me a little bit of flex or give me a little bit more distance out of them. But yeah, when it comes to recommendations, I wouldn't recommend this to a beginner player, obviously, but if you're looking for just like a nice, shallow feeling distance driver in that destroyer Zeus range, just kind of straight with a little bit of finish to it, I definitely recommend these. Really fun disc, really nice forehand and backhand, like I said. So can't recommend these anymore, but if you're interested in checking these out, I've got the link to Goliath's shop down in the description. If you use my code BenHoward10, I'll get you 10% off your order, so please go check them out. I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to go out. I'm trying to figure out which course I want to go to, but I wanted to go to a course and play around with all of Goliath's molds. Right now I'm thinking Tiger, but if y'all have any other courses you want me to play, please let me know. And also stay tuned. I'm going to have a big announcement in that video for tomorrow. I actually had a hint to it in today's video, so if you think you know what it is, let me know in the comments. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and y'all have a good one. Bye.